to you by Ram. Wrap up your year right with great deals at the Ram Big Finish event. By Meijer. Find low prices on everything your family needs at Meijer. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Dry scrape now gone for the National Hockey League. As of Saturday, they'll have shovels come out instead. They need them here in Columbus, but nothing like they need in Buffalo. My goodness, with 4 to 5 feet of snow in the Queen City, and they're taking on the Sharks tonight, while the Red Wings here in Ohio taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. First of 3 meetings, the only one here. Ken Daniels, Darren Elliott, Trevor Thompson with you. Our goaltenders are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Jimmy Howard, .923 save percentage in his career against Columbus and a record of 10-4-2. And former Vezina Trophy winner the season before last, Sergei Bobrovsky, 32 wins last season, got Columbus to the playoffs, and he's back after missing 8 with a broken finger. The Red Wings will start tonight with Henrik Zetterberg in the middle. He's got Gus Nyquist on the right side and Johan Franzen on the left. 3 points to pass 7 for the Red Wing captain, and he leads their team in points this season. The referees, Dave Jackson, number 8, Rob Martell, number 26. The Blue Jackets with counter with Cam Atkinson, Boone Jenner, and Scott Hartnell. Hartnell wearing an unfamiliar number 43 after his time with Philadelphia. Traded for R.J. Umberger, and it's turned out to be a great deal for the Blue Jackets as Gus Nyquist brings it in, a shot, and Bobrovsky will hold on as Bobrovsky's returning in his second game.
It was interesting talking to Gus Nyquist this morning about the puck not going into the same regularity as the first 10 games when his shooting percentage was almost 33%. He goes, that wasn't going to last, but you can see the goals, the differential, it's there, the chances, they remain constant. Pretty calm and confident. He's a star player, said Coach Mike Babcock.
18.3 shooting percentage last year, and the Red Wings wanted him to shoot even more. Started out that way, but yeah, it's tough to keep up that pace. Nyquist had knocked it in. Boone Jenner, who's been terrific, number 38, got one through, and Hartnell with a shot that off the backboards. Hartnell goes in there to get it. He's being pestered all the way back to the line there by Jonathan Eriksson. Henrik Zetterberg's got that puck. His pass over Nyquist's stick. Then it goes over the stick of Jack Johnson. His third game back after a 3-game suspension for the Columbus Blue Jackets defender. A couple of seasons ago, there was a night against Detroit, Darren, that Jack Johnson played 35 minutes.
Playing a lot right now. He's their top pairing. That's why he's out there against the Zetterberg line. Big on the power play. Minus 21 career versus the Red Wings, but he's also minus 12 this year. Difficult stat when you play a lot and you're playing for a team that's banged up. The matchups don't really work in your favor.
And when you lose a guy like Tootin on the back end, yeah. Talking about all the injuries, and Ryan Murray, who's had 2 knee surgeries already, one of their top picks from a few years ago. They are really banged up, but the Red Wings know all about that. That puck wasn't dropped fairly, so they'll do it again.
Trev talked about it. Red Wings Live, they're still 6-10-1, the identical record from a year ago. They know they can do it, but they know what it's going to take to get it done to get back to the playoffs.
At a club record 226 goals scored last year, led the National Hockey League in hits. Although Blake Como, Derek McKenzie, among those are gone up front, did a lot of that.
They're grit guys, glue guys. Remains to be seen if they can stick together. This one's off to a slow start.
So we'll have an icing, and their head coach is Todd Richards, whose brother Travis, and the first number ever retired with the Grand Rapids Griffins, number 24, and Todd's done a nice job with this team.
He really has. I like his approach. Like most coaches, no excuses, but very honest. It's like nice to get Bobrovsky back, their number 1 goaltender. You get NHL players back in your lineup like they did with Anisimov, getting Leopold. Makes a big difference. Like, yeah, we won games, but we got 3 NHL players back in our lineup.
And he did a nice job, too, and Columbus took Pittsburgh to 6 games in the first round, gave him a scare, and it was 7 years ago that Todd hired Dan Bilesma as his assistant in the Penguins in their AHL affiliate. Then Dan gets called up. It's all about timing, right?
It really is.
And Todd was gone at that point, and now Dan Bilesma's gone in Pittsburgh too. Even I guess maybe that first round was a bit of a scare, and then after that, the Penguins decided to make the change in the offseason. Here's Drew Miller. Took a shot in that Bobrovsky handled. The one line that's been consistent all season for the Red Wings, Joachim Anderson, Luke Glendening, and Drew Miller, all but the one game when Anderson was a scratch in New York, when Danny Cleary played his first game of the season and scored in that game. Other than that, this line's been together all season. Cleary in the lineup tonight for Pavel Datsyuk.
Been consistent in more ways than one game, both staying together and contributing.
That shot sailed wide of the goal from Michael Chaput, number 39, acquired from Philadelphia. Back at the point, David Savard threw one across. The shot from Jordan Leopold, the newcomer, as Darren mentioned off the top, just acquired from St. Louis on Saturday. And a chance to speak with Jordan, who said Ken Hitchcock didn't even say goodbye to him. In his short time with St. Louis.
He only played one game. He'd been a healthy scratch in 7 straight. 12-year veteran, just what they needed because of all their injuries.
Brendan Smith dumped it over for Riley Sheahan. Sheahan with the goal versus Montreal on Sunday. Sheahan kicks one ahead, takes the shot, but Bobrovsky was able to stop easily. Dalton Prout cleared back down ice. Out at center ice, knocked back in by Prout. Columbus touches, and they say that's intentional, so the faceoff will come all the way down the ice.
Riley Sheahan scored last game, played well, had 4 shots on goal. We focused on the top line with Datsyuk being out, but Mike Babcock has challenged a lot of the young players individually that they need more from them. And Sheahan is one of them. You guys can all do the math out there as well. Helm, Yurko, they need more from those guys. It starts with the top line, but everybody has to find a way to chip in.
Danny Cleary off that face-off, moved it back to the line. A Cronwall shot in. And that'll be held. And Helm's got the 1 goal. Cleary's got the 1 goal. And Yurko's still looking for a goal.
You also look for offense from your back end. If you're looking to score goals, look for your offense to be aided and abetted from the back line. Getting that shot through.
Helm won that face-off from Ryan Johansson. Back to Cronwall. Another shot as Cleary went to the front of the goal. On the far side, Brian Gibbons, the former Penguin, who played against Columbus in the first round last year, and had a couple of goals for Pittsburgh before he got injured and was done for the series. Must have liked what they'd seen. Cleary with a shot in. Oh, that got Bobrovsky right in the head on a redirect. As driving the goal was Yurko and nearly got his first of the season. Picked up by Helm. Helm brings it in. Puck is knocked away. Taken back by Nick Foligno. Foligno takes the shot that was directed to the corner by Howard. Yurko ahead for Franzen and a good move. Helm going to the bench. Red Wings in the midst of a change. De Keyser with a shot that bounces to the corner. Franzen will get there first. He gets tied up back of the goal, but stayed with it. Tapped it around to the far side where Nyquist will get there first. Nudged to the boards there by Foligno. Franzen tried to throw one off Bobrovsky, hoping that something would come out front to Zetterberg. It didn't work, and the Blue Jackets get it to center. Long stretch pass over to Cam Atkinson, number 13, back in front of the net, just off the heel of Boone Jenner's stick. The Red Wings hustle back to try to prevent a good opportunity.
A real nice stick coming back by Danny De Keyser.
Zetterberg moved up near boards as Prout couldn't clear. Jack Johnson will turn with it. Off the stick of Lashoff, who remains in the lineup tonight. Jakob Kindle is a healthy scratch for the Red Wings again tonight. Andre Nestrasil also scratched up front. Pavel Datsyuk not with the team, nursing the groin injury. Stephen Weiss will be heading to Grand Rapids for some conditioning. And Jonas Gustafsson, the rest of the injured for the Red Wings. A lot different than it was a season ago. The Jackets still with 8 regulars out of their lineup, and we're missing 10 at one time. And 3 of their top 4 centers, all but Ryan Johansson, who missed all of camp and didn't play until opening night.
And he's played every single game since. There was some speculation. He got banged up in the last game that he might miss tonight's game. He's in there, and he is a fine young hockey player.
Howard will tee it up in the trapezoid and send one along for Jonathan Ericsson. Tipped through by Cleary, not deep, intercepted by Helm, but couldn't get away at center. That was turned over, brought back in by Corey Trop, and the former Spartan couldn't get anywhere. Trop's a tough customer. Back to pick it up, Tim Erickson. Erickson put one through the middle and found Jared Boll as the fourth line is out there. To say there's some grit on this line would be an understatement with Trop and Boll, the two penalty minute leaders on this team. And we'll get a stop and play and a face-off coming up to the right of Jimmy Howard.
Good play right there by the Kaiser. Last game, not just defensively, but offensively. We've talked about getting involved from the blue line. De Kaiser was really active, jumping in all the way down below the hash marks, making good plays in the offensive third, trying to make things happen offensively, getting shots through, and of course, tremendous one-on-one play in his own zone as well. That's hallmark to his game.
That draw won by the Jackets to the point, and the shot sailed wide from Tim Erickson. But James Wisniewski, the Canton, Michigan native, kept it in. Going to throw his weight in there was Gibbons. Anderson for Detroit. That pass picked off at center by number 71, Nick Foligno, who's off to a torrid start.
Found a home here, hasn't he?
Sure has. Stretchered off the ice over a week ago in a game against Los Angeles, colliding with the linesman Shane Heyer, who's a big body. It turned out he was okay, only missed the one game. Nyquist with a pass intended for Zetterberg and was knocked away off the skate of Jenner. Dalton Prout, 6'3" defenseman. Cam Atkinson is only 5'8", but plays a little bigger than that. In behind Howard. Jenner is first back, up along with Atkinson. Lifted the stick of Zetterberg. Going in to retrieve it is Hartnell. Cronwall took it away from him. Quick pass to Zetterberg. Franz on the wing, just missed Nyquist with it. And the puck rolls back into the Jacket zone where Prout will feed one ahead to Atkinson. Left in turn for Scotty Hartnell. Now back to Jenner. Pass was deflected. Then the shot was sent wide. There to pick it up is Johnson, watched by Abdelkader. For David Savard, 4 goals in the season for the defenseman Savard. He had 5 all of last year in 70 games. Tatar missed. Came back to the line for Savard, angled off to the other corner. Lashoff got a stick on it. Good move to Abdelkader, who in turn gave it away. And a good keep in here by the Jackets. On the right wing for Adam Cracknell. The former St. Louis Blue couldn't get through. Back to the line, it came to Savard, and he whistled a shot just wide. Far side for Leopold. Puck goes in back of Howard. Sending it back to the point to Savard. To the other side to Jordan Leopold. Leopold's pass couldn't connect in there with Alexander Windberg, young 20-year-old Swede. And the puck will roll down to Bobrovsky will set up.
20 seconds of defensive zone time because of a turnover inside the blue line. Howard got upended in the blue paint. Play on, says the ref.
Larry with a good pass to Yurko. As Helm got knocked down in front. Jared Boll taken to the boards by Yurko. Held in there by Quincy. Now they'll chase it down on the near side. Helm says he's about a half step slow to start the year. He knows that'll pick up in time. He knows that he's got to get his legs going and hasn't been able to get there just yet. And you know when he does, he's one of the fastest in the league. That shot's deflected up and out of play. Will return in a moment to Nationwide Arena on Fox Sports Detroit.
Tonight we're in Columbus. Last night the Hockey World. The focus was in Toronto, Ontario for the Hall of Fame ceremonies, the induction ceremonies. Mike Modano, Kelly McCreary, Dominic Hasek, Peter Forsberg, Lynn Burns, and Rob Blake, all showing off their Hall of Fame rings. Great reports ceremony for everybody involved. A lot of Red Wing brass were there to support.
And we all love Pat Burns and so wish it could have been a few years earlier. Lynn was so proud saying, I'm keeping the Hall of Fame ring. Pat's son got to keep his Stanley Cup ring when he beat Mike Babcock's team in the Stanley Cup final. Pat Burns, who Coach of the Year 3 times, original 6 teams, and the Stanley Cup winner. And nice to see Bill McCreary was the other night. Still very involved with the league. And great players all. And Mike Modano was just in Detroit for a very short time. Dominic Hasek, a couple of cups. Howard out of the net has tried to stuff in by Foligno. just turned back, so a good opportunity there for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Again, all because of some real loose play coming out of their own zone. That was another turnover that led to that chance. The team was so efficient at coming out of their own zone. That has waned a little bit here in recent games.
Joachim Anderson for Drew Miller. Miller gets stopped by Johnson. Foligno will dump one down. 9 goals, leads the Blue Jackets. Foligno, Boone Jenner, centered one. Good tie up in front there by Miller on Scotty Hartnell. Wisniewski sent one off to the side as Jenner tried to backhand one in front. Comes to Wisniewski again. He walks the line. Shot toward the goal gets blocked. And a good-sized crowd here in Columbus feeding off the energy of the Blue Jackets early on here. Cam Atkinson back in with a shot from about 45 feet that's stopped by Jimmy Howard.
So you have some good play by the Blue Jackets, but it's set up by some indecisiveness in their own zone. A mishandle almost leads to the Columbus Blue Jackets 1-0 lead, but Z, who didn't handle it in the high slot, made up for it. Goal line stand, the pass from Eriksson to Zetterberg, usually a true connection. Didn't happen there, and that's the second turnover in this period by the Red Wings in their own zone.
Right off the draw, carried to center for Abdelkader. Riley Sheehan goes up. Tatar at his pocket pick. Wenberg taken to the boards by Lashaw. Came loose into the middle. Tatar is there to recover for the Red Wings. Chased all the way back. Now Sheehan on that loose puck. Sheehan with a backhander. Kick right out in front. Comes back here to Brendan Smith. Couldn't find it in his skates. Played it over loose in the slot to score! And home. Great shot. Tatar.
Excellent work. The first shot that Bobrovsky stopped was really a shot pass. And then they got real good job at recovering the puck. We talk about this whole puck retrieval all the time. There's the one that, could have been a goal. Get the puck retrieval. Brendan Smith's ability or inability to handle it at the point actually worked in their favor. That little ad-lib play leads to the shot and the follow by Tatar. They kept the play alive, paid it off in the end.
So Tatar, who had just 1 goal his first 9 games, has 5 goals his past 9 and 7 points.
That's who he is. He's a little smart plug. He's going to score his goals. He's going to be a 20-goal guy. Right now, it's going really well. Thomas Tatar.
Well, as Trevor Thompson mentioned in Red Wings Live from here in Columbus, the Red Wings, when they don't score first, have won just 3 of 9 games. When they score first, they're 5-1-2. So indeed, it's just a matter of confidence and the energy on the bench, and you feel it when you get that first goal. Now they'll try to build off that.
Well, there's lots of things. You'll hear coach speak. We don't have to chase the game and on and on and on. But that's the reality of it. You now have an ability to just go out and play your game. You force the other team to make things happen.
So a 1-0 lead. Smith and Eriksson assisting on the Tatar tally. Sent ahead by Quincy to Nyquist. The Jackets were in the midst of a change. Nyquist dropped one back and a shot that Bobrovsky will save off Franzen. So 1-0 Red Wings on the Tatar goal. We're back in a moment.
You see the score, you see the man who made it so. We're going to show you how it happened. Good puck retrievals, good bouncing, good stick-to-itiveness by everybody on the ice at that time. They put it through. Right there, Tatar gets knocked down. Little ad-lib at the top by Smith. Eriksson shoots it right away. It hits Leopold's leg. It goes right to Tatar. So Abdelkader, front net presence, occupying 2 defenders. All of those things go into a goal. And they get the 1-0 lead they so desire.
Columbus waved out of the face-off circle, so Scotty Hartnell will come in. Tim Eriksson played one over for Wisniewski. To the line, holding the line though was Sheehan to keep it in. So Wisniewski now will set up.
skated at center. Jenner gives Wisniewski the puck back. Columbus defense record 51 points. Wisniewski has done a couple of times. As that puck bounces back to the Jackets line again. So Wisniewski is his tip through by Atkinson, turned over, and the Red Wings. Kronwall will play one back. Columbus in the midst of a change as Kronwall brings it through center. Off Zetterberg in as Sergei Bobrovsky will play it. Bobrovsky missed 7 with the broken finger and then backed up for a night. Then came in and beat San Jose 2-1. After the Flyers had played an emotional game in Philadelphia, beat the Flyers, came back here to beat the Sharks who were rested. Columbus wasn't. Beat them 2-1.
36 saves by Bob. Sergei Bobrovsky. Nice reintroduction to the lineup. They couldn't win much without him.
No. Given all the injuries, because Columbus began the season 3-1. Right in front of the net, Quincy played it after going 8-1 in the preseason. It wasn't just the injuries, things just started to fall apart, and then the injuries happened. After a decent start, Savard has it. Just flicks one out to center. Everybody covered. Glendening was back for Detroit for Brendan Smith. They'll have to give chase now. Stops made a good play. And then Anderson gets one ahead for Drew Miller. Catching up, Blashoff, who has put it toward the goal. Bobrovsky, a big rebound off those pads. Anderson threw it out front. That goes off the stick. It was a high stick, but touched, yes, by Detroit.
So with that, the faceoff will come outside the Columbus line. A reminder to get the $59 phone pack when the Wings battle the Ottawa Senators Monday, November 24th. The first 7,500 fans receive a Justin Applicator bobblehead for tickets. Go to DetroitRedWings.com.
I think they put the numbers on those bobbleheads. Not always the greatest likeness. That was a pretty good one. No beard on the bobblehead. Beard on Applicator for November.
Yeah,
sure.
Here, Trevor Thompson trying to grow one too. In front of the net, kicked away by Howard.
Turnover, though, leading these chances.
And another save by Jimmy Howard. Off a shot from Artem Anisimov. Recently returned, second game back after missing 7 due to injury. He came with Brandon Dubinsky, who's been out since the start of the year in the Rick Nash deal. And now Nash is doing great guns for the Rangers, but this was a pretty good deal for Columbus, too.
Gave them some real beef down the middle with Dubinsky, who's out. Anisimov, big centerman that can match up and play the game. Anisimov steps in, plays 17 minutes, goes +1, gets an assist, and then his return to action against the Sharks.
Did 22 goals last season. Departure of Nash, Columbus, no captain on this team since Nash departed. Point shot. Let's get wide of the goal off Prout. Montreal and San Jose, 2 other clubs without a C on anyone's sweater. Point shot, knocked down, went to Quincy. Johan Franzen. Over the head of Bobrovsky. Johnson moved one ahead for Adam Cracknell, and the puck goes out to center. Columbus looking to regroup in the midst of a change. Now they'll bring it on. Jenner couldn't bust through. Coverage by Franzen, and Kronwall as Applicator slides one into the Jackets' end. Tim Erickson able to move it. Erickson's another one who came over in the Nash deal. Here comes Atkinson off the wing. He's quick, wraparound try. Out in front. Great save! Oh, on Hartnell! Jimmy Howard left pad. He just robbed one of the harder shooters of the Jackets. Scotty Hartnell. What a great stop, Jimmy Howard. You're watching his save. And Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, all presented by Bell Tire.
John Keating with the game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Blues in Boston tonight. The Bruins on a line change going. Brian Elliott behind the net with Ian Cole, who gave the puck to Patrice Bergeron. Elliott couldn't recover. 1-0 Bruins still in the first. As we say, Ken Daniels, whoopsie.
Yeah, right. Scott Hartnell had a great look on Jimmy Howard before he went to break. It was supposed to be a wraparound by Cam Atkinson. He clanks it off the iron. Oops, but it ends up being the perfect pass. What a great left-hand save by Jimmy Howard.
Puck to the corner, tapped by Hartnell over to Atkinson. Miller couldn't get there. Atkinson got it back to the line. The point shot. Tipped in front and up high. Kept in here. And Howard has to make another save. This time off an attempt from Boone Jenner.
Jimmy
Howard's been busy.
He has, and he's been excellent first periods all season long. A little busier here than we probably had hoped, or the coach had hoped. So far, up to the task.
From the Red Wings side of things, 9 shots already. They had 10 through a couple against Montreal, so this is much of an improvement here tonight. Better starts for Detroit.
Yes.
Ryan Johansson and Zetterberg, well, say had enough of both of you guys, so neither will take the face-off, so Foligno will come in against Franz.
Columbus are a good forechecking team. They can pin you in your zone and force you into mistakes. They've done that a few times. I like the jump up ice in this period by the Red Wings.
Gus Nyquist. Columbus had their club record of goals a season ago. A lot of their offense came off their forecheck and the speed they had used. Franzen to Nyquist. Back to Jonathan Ericsson. Kronwall left point. Nyquist. Tap back deep by Franzen to Henrik Zetterberg. Got a step on Ryan Johansson. Put it off Bobrovsky out front. Redirected right to Foligno. The return pass to him. And Foligno uses that body to shield that puck and put it off the netting though. And out of play.
Well, let's take a look at the Flagstar Bank Star Watch. That we're going to feature Nicholas Kronwall and his career versus the Blue Jackets. We've played them an awful lot, having been in that Western Conference same division for so long. 9 goals, most Kronwall has against any team in the NHL.
And his 12 points this year, 7th most among National Hockey League defensemen.
We never talk about that enough, about his offensive number, even last year. We one of those things like, oh, yeah, he's a great guy, he's so consistent. Oh, yeah, he scores quite a bit, too.
And tied for the team lead in points with Daniel Alfredson last season with 49. You don't include David Legwand, who's with a couple of teams. That's just wide of the net. Bouncing puck, handled by Yurko. You've seen on YouTube his slick skills, too. Noted some of that in game action right there as Helm nudged one back to the point. Shot went wide. First in will be Danny Clary.
I'd like to see more on the Fast Place Detroit replay.
Yeah. Into the middle as Tatar got a piece of that puck. Lashoff stood up. And that seemed to be a good hit, but no, it was not in the eyes of the official as Alexander Wenberg, the rookie, was knocked down. Babcock doesn't seem too sure about that one, does he, as Dave Jackson made the call.
That's a quizzical look by the coach. And let's see. Called tripping. Oh, they're focusing on the knee-on-knee more.
Yeah.
They said that. Stefan Quintel from the league office in terms of player safety said this is way up this year. Knee-on-knee hit. They're going to review them more often. No need for a review. Called at ice level. Tripping the call.
So Columbus, that has a very good power play. 4th in the National Hockey League.
Got some guys that can zing it from the blue line and guys that can finish down by the paint.
Big face-off win to start right there for the Red Wings, whose penalty killing 3rd in the National Hockey League, 88.5%. Columbus's power play ranks, 7 consecutive home games have scored at least 1 power play goal of these Blue Jackets. You don't want to give them too many opportunities. They had the 11th best power play a season ago.
Wisniewski is kind of a power play specialist from the blue line. The youngster Ryan Johansson, a real good playmaker on the power play.
Foligno was spinning around at the line. As Bobrovsky had to push it. Ericsson moving it around for Wisniewski. A pass to Ryan Johansson. Their team leader with 20 points. And the team lead with 14 assists. Number 19, Johansson. Back for Wisniewski. Over to Jack Johnson. Oh, tip just over top of the net. Wisniewski with it again. 28 of his 51 points a season ago came on the power play for Wisniewski. Johnson giving him the puck back, skate the stick, held in. Johnson pushed it deep. Johansson in front of Jenner. Played defensively by Abdelkader in front of the net. Here's Johnson. Abdelkader watches him, feeds off to the left wing side. They work it in down low. Howard gets a stick down, they score!
Jenner's going to get credit for this one.
Just takes it.
Is it a kick?
Yeah, to me that looks like it was booted in.
Now it's called a goal on the ice.
Yes.
You know, Toronto reviews everything. They're looking at it.
Well, his stick is tied up. And that's the only reason that he knows he can't get to it with his hockey stick.
Now, they are being more liberal. Distinct kicking motion, but they're going to get a call here from Toronto, I would think.
Yeah.
They haven't yet, but they should. Now they are. Here we go. So, distinct kicking motion. They seem to be allowing more of these this year, but to what extent is still the question. Redirect.
Well, he was the one handling the puck, though, so.
I'd say that's 50-50.
Yeah, that
Could go either way.
he's handling the puck. His stick gets taken and eliminated. And then you watch, not his left skate, but his right skate. That's really good footwork. We hope it's bad from a hockey standpoint, but he is being taken down by Dan DeKeyser. That's going to be the mitigating factor there.
Yeah, all these factors come into consideration, and we met with league officials, and we have our seminar in September, and they show the plays that used to be called back and now aren't going to be called back, and still even that leaves question marks. Mike Murphy and Colin Campbell and company, and they've got a tough job looking at these, but they're in good hands there, so as long as they're consistent,
well,
we'll see.
Because the source is consistent, you get the best consistency of any of the pro leagues in terms of video replay as far as I'm concerned. Whether we agree with it ultimately or not, it's always coming from the one source in Toronto. They have the history, they have the knowledge in terms of, he's just pointing at the pucks in the net.
Now, I'm not sure that Dave Jackson there necessarily saw a kicking motion or not, the way his head seemed to be turned. So they'll say to him, yes, the ruling on the ice is a goal, but what did you see? And now Toronto will make their determination. So let's listen to Dave Jackson and give his opinion.
Based on the video review evidence, it was distinct kicking motion. It is no goal.
There you go.
And we're not making that call because we're not paid to make that call. But what we're doing is giving you all the factors that are being potentially looked at. So here comes Jenner. So now his stick is tied up. Now you take a look at his skate right there. And he is being pushed the other way by DeKeyser. He boots it. And it's 1-0 Detroit.
It remains. And that game with under 2 to go, and still remaining on the power play is Columbus. Howard with that save. Another shot right in front. Skate Jenner's stick. Wisniewski moved it for Atkinson. Wisniewski gets it back. And intercepted, sent the link to the ice by Kronwall as Lashoff is out of the box. So Columbus's power play that they thought was 1-for-1 is 0-for-1 tonight. So far, Tatar's goal from Smith and Eriksson at 10-17. The only goal that's counted in this game. Quincy, too far for Nyquist. Johnson coming on off a change was able to keep one in at the blue line. Less than a minute to go in the opening period.
I think you made a good observation about referee Dave Jackson. That he saw something that looked a little funky to him, and he would give that input back to Toronto on that goal.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Can't wait. Red Wings will head home. We will on Redbird 3 after this evening's game, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll leave Detroit and head off to Winnipeg for a game on Friday night. As the road trip will continue. Johnson's shot hit a leg, deflected down in front. Howard able to find it without the goal stick, but pounced on it, bounced up high, and it came down in his eyesight.
Maybe a little homage to Dominic Hasek with dropping the goal stick to make a save by Jimmy Howard. I liked his early positioning, battling for sight lines, and the puck hits him even though he was looking for the referee. That's great. Jimmy's looking for the ref. The puck finds him. Good timing.
Maybe it's a sign with the disallowed goal, things are going right today. Still a long way to go in this one.
Another subjective part of the game, as we've found out this season. Goaltender interference.
Denning moved it over and into the glove. And a save made by Bobrovsky. Riley Sheahan let the shot go. Coming up in our Ram intermission report, Trevor Thompson will guest with the goal scorer. Thomas Tatar. Chris Osgood is in the studio with John Keating. All that coming up in our Ram first intermission. 19 seconds playing time from now. Sheahan tied up his man as Prout has it for Columbus. The Blue Jackets defenseman banks one off the boards. Tatar back to get it. Smith dumped one down. Foligno put it back to center as this first period comes to a close. Columbus outshoots the Red Wings by one, but the Red Wings get the one goal from Thomas Tatar.
I like the team up ice. They've taken it up a little bit in their own zone. Good goaltending by Jimmy Howard. Solid first period here in Columbus.
Chris Osgood and John Keating we go. Thomas Tatar, the lone goal in that first period from Eriksson and Smith at 10:17. Reminder to stay tuned to Red Wings Live following the game, and we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings player of the game, presented by McDonald's new Fresh Baked McCafe Blueberry Muffin. Darren.
And we will give you 3 alternates for that potential McDonald's player of the game. How about Gus Nyquist setting the tone early on, taking the puck to the net. No forward played more than Nyquist in that first period, setting up Franzen for a good rip there. Each of the top line mates getting one shot on goal in that first period. This is a really good forechecking shift. Red Wings did a lot of this early on, the first 10 minutes of that period, taking time off the clock, protecting the puck, and getting pucks to the net. There's Zetterberg's shot on goal.
And Columbus, with all their injuries, you know that they're missing the likes of Letestu and Dubinsky. The Red Wings taking advantage of that too. 68% on faceoffs by Detroit in the first period. I know that's not always the tell-all story in a game, but again, as you mentioned earlier, if you're not chasing the puck, you have the lead, you got the puck. It's a good way to manage it.
Right, if you don't have to chase the game or the puck, you're in good shape.
Second period is underway. Atkinson gets taken to the boards by Kronwall. In there is number 43, Scotty Hartnell. Zetterberg got position on him to Franzen. Franzen using that muscle of his, able to get it to Kronwall, who lost it. Had it come back, and an outlet ahead, tipped out of the air by Franzen. Has to nearly pull a groin to stay on side.
Didn't even say that jokingly.
There, you're right. Delayed penalty here coming as Howard played it on the way to the bench. Columbus is going to be shorthanded. Tripping the call. Rob Martel with it.
Here comes Franzen. Nice. And then here's that. The tripping knee on knee. Oh, man. I wonder why those are happening so much more often this year. They're avoiding, you know what it is? I'm going to answer my own question. I think it's because guys are trying to make sure they're not making head contact with their checks. The lower part of the body, contact first. Could be.
So the Red Wings on a Bell Tire power play. First of this game. Power play that's steadily getting better. Still 19th in the league. Columbus penalty killing is 26th.
It's an opportunity to seize control of this hockey game.
Kaiser able to keep it in for Tatar. Back for DeKeyser with that long reach. And Bobrovsky a save on Yurko.
So important, both sides of the special teams equation. First 7 games of power play struggled mightily. Penalty kill bailed them out. Last 11 games, power plays come on. And of course, the penalty kill we didn't expect to stay at 100%. It's still been pretty good. It's fallen off a little bit as power play has increased.
And with the Red Wing power play improving, perhaps it can capitalize on a slipping Jackets penalty killing unit that was 11 for 11 in their first 5 games. But since that time has struggled as Pratt tries to get it out. They've allowed at least 1 power play goal in 9 of the 11 games since that time of the Jackets. In front, Bobrovsky the save. Zetterberg's got it. Back to the point. Bobrovsky save. Nyquist scores! Power play goal! And it's 2-0.
As was the case in the Tatar even strength goal, watch the Red Wings attack the net on this power play. There are guys getting knocked down, but everybody with a blue jersey on is occupied by a player in white jersey, and in particular, Abdelkader again knocked down. Back up, and that leaves somebody wide open, and in this case it was Gus Nyquist. And this is Abdelkader.
And watch when he gets up. Bobrovsky thinks this is goaltender interference right there.
It's not. Look where he is.
Right.
He's not a chance.
Watch Bobrovsky's reaction at the end. He went right to the referee. But a power play goal, so the Jackets have now allowed at least 1 power play goal in 10 of their 12. They've played of late. And the Red Wings take advantage of that. As a team leading 9th for Gus Nyquist. And of Nyquist, 9 goals on the season. 5 of those have come on the power play. As that's deflected up and out of play.
Well, now it's time for our AT&T Universe Rewind. Perfect timing to rewind to Gus Nyquist, his first National Hockey League goal. Okay, it was at the Joe, but it was against the CBJs. The first of many. What a beautiful, deft little Detsukian pass on the back door. Gus Nyquist was first on the jump.
And the man who helped set that up to start, Todd Bertuzzi. Still in pretty good shape.
Yes,
spending all his time now coaching his son's team. He's a busy man. Still living in Birmingham area. Side of Todd.
Sounds a good little player.
Yeah, 2 playing. Cleary, just offside. Made the pass to Yurko, but trapped inside the line was Helm.
Yurko, you can feel that he's feeling pressure a little bit. He had that good look early in that power play. Thought he was going to score between the body and the arm. Bobrovsky didn't quite fit it in. 15 points last year. Everybody expecting more. The thing is with young players, especially in the second year, progress isn't always linear. Sometimes you have to take a step sideways, figure out what the adjustments are that you have to make to be successful every day.
Jonathan Ericsson. Waited too long to get that puck to Kronwall. Now has to take Trop to the boards. And a hard hit put on Yurko. Cole is out there, along with Trop. And Michael Chaput, the 4th line for the Blue Jackets. Back to the point. Wisniewski took the shot, was off the leg and high and off to the corner. Kronwall. Columbus in the midst of a change, and they're going to call this icing though. So the faceoff will come back, and Columbus will get their 4th line off the ice. Yes. Make a change and try to capitalize on a more tired group of Red Wings with Helm, Yurko, and Cleary.
Perfect shift for the 4th line for Todd Richards. They go out there, provide the energy, get the icing. As you said, keep a tired group of Red Wings on the ice and get the change that you want.
So Ryan Johansson comes in at center. The Red Wings control control that face-off as they've done through the night, but then Eriksson couldn't clear that puck as Foligno was able to keep it in. Now it gets out to center as Prout will slip one back for Jack Johnson. He's acquired from Los Angeles for Jeff Carter. February of 2012.
Worked out for Los Angeles.
It has. Not bad for Columbus. Here's Zetterberg with a shot, and that'll be held by Bobrovsky. And a reminder to join us Thursday when the Red Wings head to Winnipeg, the hometown of one Darren Helm, to take on the Jets under Paul Maurice. Boy, they've really come on lately. After a horrible start, they thought, boy, is this team ever going to win consistently? Well, they have now, the Jets. The Red Wings will have their hands full in cold Manitoba as our coverage begins 7:30. Red Wings Live, Red Wings Jets Thursday, 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit.
Good atmosphere there. The Peg.
Nyquist back in the net, stealing the puck into Zetterberg and knocked away by Johnson before he could get a shot. The Kaiser able to keep it into Franz, and quick shot. Rebound for Zetterberg. Taken to the end boards by Boone Jenner. Zetterberg, as he does so well, able to move that puck back into Franz, and getting the angle on him was Prout. And the Jackets will get out of their zone. Carried back in by Hartnell. Now a chance. Jenner, the shot. Oh, Howard got a piece of that.
Good rip by Jenner. Little quick transition play from the offensive blue line in. Jimmy Howard with a sliding shrug save. Comes over, shrugs up the right shoulder. That was labeled. Excellent save on Jenner's bid.
Jenner was injured 6 weeks with a broken hand to start the season. Missed the first 11 games. Still looking for his first goal of the season in this game number 7. Scored 16 as a rookie a year ago. They project him to perhaps be the next captain of this team. Maybe not next year if they finally select one, but within a year or so he could be, as this will roll down. And Bobrovsky will hold on to it. An applicator right there. Who is just a couple of points away from 100 in his career.
Not measured just by points, just an applicator. Seen that tonight, taking up an awful lot of space at the top of the crease, allowing his teammates to get to loose pucks, deposit them in the back of the net.
Turning is Wenberg, and moved up by Anisimov. Brendan Smith cleared one, took a fortuitous bounce here for the Jackets. Leopold. Shot is tipped in front. In skates Smith. A couple of whacks to try to find it. Along with Alexander Wenberg. He got it back to the point. Too hot to handle there for David Savard. Jackets have to clear the zone, and they'll use the opportunity to make a change, and the Red Wings will do likewise. So Lashoff overlooks the Smith for Yurko. Tipped through, but into the Red Wing bench and out of play. Face-off outside the Jackets line. As first we bring you Hansen's report card. The Red Wings against the Jackets. Well, there's parity in the National Hockey League and the way things have gone. Columbus with the young group when they came in, but since then.
Right, and the Wings have gotten younger. So the Blue Jackets have gotten better. The Wings have gotten younger. All salary cap related. And that's what the league wanted.
Columbus 7-1-1 last 9 meetings with the Red Wings. Helm a couple of whacks at it. So a huge advantage the last 9 games, and have won the last 4 meetings in this building. Detroit with the upper hand tonight as that's deflected up into the netting. So another face-off, and it'll stay in the Jacket zone. The Red Wings with the upper hand tonight. And finally get a power play goal against the Blue Jackets. Columbus winning the past 4, and here against Detroit when the Red Wings power play went 0 for 14 in those 4 games.
Really haven't had much going on. Last handful of visits here. Much better here in the first half of this hockey game. Scoreboard will attest. The guys this morning talking to them in the room, they were well aware that they needed to have a better start. Nyquist included. He led that charge first shift. Took it to the net. Put it to the back of the net here in the second of the power play.
Prout for Columbus. Eriksson held up his man. Zetterberg able to keep it in momentarily. Ryan Johansson going after it. Chipped away, though, by Kronwall. Nyquist, good delay, then it was knocked off his stick. Gus Nyquist with a pass for Franzen. Lifted in the left wing offensive corner where Zetterberg goes in there with Prout. Zetterberg on the forecheck, able to steal the puck. Now Prout has it stolen away from Franzen. Good work by the forechecking here of the Red Wings. Ryan Johansson couldn't get anywhere as Kronwall stepped up. Nyquist to recover for Eriksson. So hard-working shift by the Red Wings top line.
Really smart, though. It's almost like a 2-1-2, but the second guy delays and makes sure that there's a puck battle going on in the corner.
As Nyquist stays out there, takes a shot that's deflected. He'll now go off for Miller as Glendening and Anderson are already out there. There's Miller to force the issue. And chipped by the Jackets and a bouncing puck to the Red Wing blue line. Quincy gives it to Glendening. On the wing for Miller. That's knocked out of the air by Prout, but back to Miller, so no high stick picked up here. Quincy back, Miller the shot. Knocked away. Rifled in deep by Hartnell. Atkinson with Boone Jenner. Anderson played it out the center. Leopold getting one back. To Hartnell, to Atkinson, along to Jenner. Shot sailed wide of the goal, David Savard. For Jordan Leopold. The 34-year-old giving it back to Savard. Shot knocked down in front of Howard. It was deflected on the way through. Anderson able to chip it past. And Leopold back to retrieve it. Leopold basically acquired after Fedor Tutin went down for 6 weeks with a knee injury. One of the injuries the Jackets have had and losing probably their best defender. They needed to pick up some veteran savvy in Leopold. Tim Eriksson. Blocker saved by Jimmy Howard. Went over Eriksson's stick. Off the glass and out by Quincy. Carried back through by Shane. Shane taken to the boards but stays with it. Wisniewski gave him a run. Abdelkader hoping the puck will come free. Penalty coming here to Columbus. As the Jackets touch, the Red Wings will head to a power play when we come back. That power play presented by Bell Tire, as is Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit.
And the replica Zamboni.
Wings going on the power play, but not before Drew Miller and Luke Glendening. And then their lines here. Excellent zone entry. Kyle Quincy jumps up into the play as well. He comes up with it. Miller just high slot, gets open, rips it, blocked by Jack Johnson. What a block. Good save there by the defender. We'll have to do it again on the front. Jack Johnson on the PK, Renford's on the power play.
Red Wings 1 for 1 in the power play tonight. Franzen with a shot. Glanced off a stick and wide. And Ryan Johansson gets it down the ice. He'll immediately go off in a change. He's on for the face-off. That power play goal tonight, the Red Wings with 8 man advantage in their last half dozen games. We're on that proverbial roll. Kronwall, shot up high, it's loose. Columbus can't clear it out. Wenberg had the chance, didn't get it out, the 20-year-old. His rookie season out of Sweden. Zetterberg in front, just too far for Abdelkader. Kronwall, watched by his countrymen. Over here to Franzen. 4 Swedes and Abdelkader out for the Red Wings. Nyquist getting it back to the line. Kronwall giving it back to Nyquist. Without a stick are the Jackets, as they've lost one. As Anisimov gave his back to Prout, the defender. Here comes Nyquist in. Good pass off as Tatar had the chance and the save by Bobrovsky. It cleared and went off Helm. As Tatar tried to play one back. To Kaiser for Franzen. Took the shot, it was blocked. As Johnson got in front of that. Good shot blocking defenseman, as Darren showed you, who won the CCHA Best Offensive Defenseman during his time with Michigan. He's got his game well rounded now. Here comes Helm. Knocked off off his stick halfway through this hockey game. To Kaiser, Tatar, and that glanced off a body and up and out of play with 11 seconds left on the penalty.
Tatar jumped off the bench, jumped into the fray on the power play. Nice play at the net. I really like the way the Red Wings are attacking the net on the power play. A lot of zone time. Kenny, you mentioned some good block shots by the Blue Jacket defenders. But the Red Wings coming up with loose pucks, keeping plays alive, and not being too cute with it, getting pucks to the net.
Shan, Tatar, and Helm. Eriksson able to hold that puck in to Brendan Smith. Save Bobrovsky. The active left pad. Held in one more time as the penalty is now over. Out of the box came Wisniewski. But the Red Wings recover. Jonathan Eriksson didn't like what he saw. Returns the puck to Brendan Smith. Sent in by Shan. He and Tatar will head to the bench as the Red Wings are in the midst of a change. Glendening and Miller come out. Leopold getting it ahead. Eriksson was stepping up into his man, Brian Gibbons. Bobrovsky left it in back of the goal and chipped one to the corner for Savard. Off Ryan Johansson out to center. Red Wings recover. Luke Glendening. Too much traffic there, but Glendening hopped on it again and gets the puck back from Anderson. Luke Glendening forced wide by Savard. Glendening knocked into the boards as Nick Foligno brings it ahead. On his career year pace, 9 goals for him. Puck in back of the goal. Kronwall able to move it.
Team with those 9 goals, 5 of them coming on the power play. Really leading them through all their injuries the best it could.
Foligno reaching in to get it. He had that big overtime winning goal in Game 4 against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the playoffs. First home playoff win for the Blue Jackets in their history. And Foligno called it in the overtime. He said, maybe I'll just go out and end it for you guys. And sure enough, he went out and did it. Puck at the line. Good job by Bronson to force the issue on Wisniewski. Moving in is Eriksson. Tim Eriksson in front. Great save again by Howard. Oh, point blank range. What a stop that one was as he just robbed Scotty Hartnell for the second time tonight.
This was the first sustained forechecking shift the Blue Jackets have had in the second period, and they almost paid it off. Eriksson, the defenseman, all the way down low. Hartnell, who's made a living right in that top of the crease area. Good little move, 43. Watch him. He gets inside position. Just looks like he's cruising around. Gets inside in front of the guy who was there back checking. I believe it was Burns on the line change. And it's going to be timeout Detroit because as Jimmy Howard looks on one knee, he's not tired, but his teammates are. Scott Hartnell's a hard-nosed guy.
Red Wings 5-game combos presented by Little Caesars are on sale now for as low as $195 each combo. Includes tickets to 5 Red Wing games, a ticket to the GLI, a free hot and ready pizza, and a Red Wings car flag. And you can build your combo now by calling 313-471-7575.
Red Wings Invitational Tournament. Always a special time. Down at the Joe.
Anisimov and Henrik Zetterberg on this face-off. This time the Jackets in control, but a good block by Franzen. From the corner. Brought on by Franzen to center. As he'll go off in a change, and Zetterberg will follow suit. Bobrovsky will hold on. Face off when we come back. 2-0 Detroit on Fox Sports Detroit.
Midway through this hockey game, 2-0 because of Jimmy Howard. Let's take a look at big play of the game. Jimmy Howard on Hartnell alone. It could be 2-2. Great left pad save in the first period. Right there, Hartnell on the doorstep.
save. Martineau. Boarded again by that man, Jimmy Howard.
Playing career game number 300 tonight, Jimmy Howard.
How many did you say I played?
Three. Given away off the draw. That's okay. Played three. Three more than most of us watching here. 300. Yeah. Well, you played elsewhere. More in Los Angeles. Detroit.
I watched more than 300 games. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You played more than 300 minutes. Okay, you're all right. You're all right. It's like beating Oprah in the marathon. Here's Abdelkader. Bringing it in. Tatar moved up. Sheahan off the pads of Bobrovsky. Comes back to Quincy. No clear lane for a shot. So the Kaiser gave it over, and Tatar was stopped by Bobrovsky. He's got it again, though. Back here for Quincy, a rolling puck. Erickson cleared it. It'll ricochet right to Howard, so no icing. Too far for De Kaiser. Then it hopped over his stick as Foligno's got it. Good coverage by Cleary. Point to Prout. Bodies in front. Cleared away by Quincy.
What a positional save by Jimmy Howard. That's just getting in position, making sure that you seal the bottom of the ice. Couldn't see anything.
All right. So all he's trying to work was back to the point. He's just making the triangle. There it is. Never saw it. Doesn't matter. Made the save anyway.
Well done by Howard.
To the line, Jack Johnson kept it in. Ryan Johansson. Back to the net, coming out front. Jenner with an opportunity. And then taken away by Helm from Johansson. Jenner recovers. Gets it back to the corner for Johnson. Off Howard's stick, a race for it. Red Wings can't get it out. Both Yurko and De Kaiser just a little short on that. Johnson's shot was partially blocked. Looks like a power play here, but it isn't. All this off an icing. Columbus still with it. Back to Prout, and Howard says, okay. Take a break and get a commercial timeout here. We're under 6 to go in the first. We're back in a moment.
John Keating with the game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Pittsburgh in Montreal tonight. The Pens up 1-0 when Chris Letang connected with Steve Downey, who beat Carey Price 3-0 now as they play in the second. Ken and Darren, it's you in Columbus.
Thank you, John. And the Red Wings again without Pavel Datsyuk tonight, who didn't make the trip, and still to be determined whether he flies to Winnipeg and then on to Toronto. But so far, so good for the Red Wings this season. Henrik Zetterberg's done well in his absence. You pointed out in the open, so too have Franz and Nyquist, because the Red Wings coming into play tonight 4-1-2 in games that Pavel Datsyuk has missed. You'd rather have him for sure, no doubt about it. And you don't want to keep pressing with luck, but the guys have really dug in. Bobrovsky will hold on to that. Well, some rule changes for the league. Danny Cleary, who's in another game tonight. Remember this game against the Rangers? Scored a goal right there. Play continued, though, for a minute or so. The referee wasn't sure it went in. They saw it go into Toronto, but still play continued. It clear it went in. A rule change today that Ken Holland was out at the GM meetings in Toronto. They've decided that if, in fact, they're 100% looking at a video review immediately in Toronto, that they see the puck went in, even if officials didn't, the play will be stopped immediately. The horn will go, and they'll make that decision right away.
Just like youth hockey, the horn blows.
That's right.
Stop play right there.
Stop play. The puck is in. We can see it's in, and that's the presence of video review. Why wait and play 2 more minutes? Have to put the time back on the clock. Cleary waited all year to get in, and then had to wait another minute to figure out that he scored, even though he knew he did. It just wasn't official. So you don't have to hold your breath as long if you're the team that got one, or vice versa. One of the rule changes today. That and the dry scrape will be gone as of Saturday. I know Mickey York and John Keating love to use those terms. They're going to miss it. However, it will be gone.
Dry scrape, we barely got to know the.
Yep. They'll just continue to shovel it. After 3 periods of play, that's on the ice a little bit and get ready for overtime. So that'll begin as of Saturday. No more Zamboni coming out. A little less work for Al Sabak and company, but his crew was one of the quickest.
The shovel crews get overtime pay. I don't know on the team.
Now they got to hang around. Up the middle, a giveaway there to Luke Glendening. Had a shot blocked by Wisniewski. He tried to put it in front of the goal, and the Jackets can't get anywhere. Red Wings close that gap at center. Good play by Kronwall. Here's Anderson with a shot. Tipped through by Miller. And a save by Bobrovsky. Red Wings came that close to making it a 3-0 game. Jared Boll went down, covered by Quincy. Ahead for Riley Sheahan. Joachim Anderson across center. Tatar goes after it with Eriksson. Tim Eriksson forced there by Tatar. Stepping up was Quincy again as Abdelkader was able to keep it in, and another tie. Abdelkader one more. Cuts to the middle, knocked away. Shane couldn't find it. Back comes Wenberg. Off the skate, trying to center to Gibbons, didn't work. Back to the line to an open Trout, and Howard saw it all the way. To enter for a chance to win a trip to see your Detroit Red Wings on the road December 13th in Toronto with the Flagstar Bank Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes. To enter for a chance to win, go to foxsportsdetroit.com.
Dan DeKeyser does an excellent job right side of your screen. Look at the rotation, gets his shoulders square, stick the puck immediately, diffuses that play as it was on its way to the goal. Excellent one-on-one coverage by Dan DeKeyser.
Scrambled face-off as Johansson was on top of Zetterberg. Boone Jenner, 37th overall pick in 2011. Gave one back for Foligno. Former Red Wing pick Mike. Franzen couldn't get to a bouncing puck. Foligno gave it back for Jenner.
Dad was a good player, hard-nosed, good shot, great celebration.
Yep. Number 71. There too. Yep. 17 for Mike as well. Red Wings have done a nice job defensively tonight, and that's important too because this team, when they allow 2 goals or fewer, 7, 0, and 1. 3 or more, they get into trouble. Tonight, scored just 2, but defending well.
Defending well. Howard's made a couple of big saves.
Yep.
In this second period, I really liked how they've made the play be more up ice. They have not spent very much time in their own zone. Just 2 shifts have sustained pressure by my count, unofficial as it is, by the Blue Jackets.
This Columbus team that has won their past 2 in Philadelphia and here against San Jose, undermanned as they are after a stretch where they went with just 1 win in 9 games. Quincy tapped it around. Cleary got over and was able to backhand one past Leopold. Leopold got it ahead for Hartnell. Andy DeKeyser forced by Hartnell. This pass was too far for Glendening. Jackets Tim Eriksson.
One of the things that the Blue Jackets are looking to do is put the puck behind the Detroit defense in this period. Like that, they haven't been able to do that very often.
Howard came out to stop that from an acute angle off the stick of Adam Cracknell. Cracknell, who made his NHL debut at the Joe with St. Louis and scored his first NHL goal against Detroit. One of 3 who've done that on this Columbus team.
Well, you're doing a good job on the road when you've got the local crowd restless. Rumbling here. Columbus by the local faithful.
Franzen couldn't get to the puck. Back in by Jenner for Foligno. Cut to the middle. Up Jenner. Howard scrambling, and it just goes wide of the goal. Close chance for the Blue Jackets. As Foligno put it back to the line to Tim Eriksson. Howard without a stick. Didn't need one. Great save and a penalty upcoming.
A necessary penalty, an unnecessary sequence in their own zone
neutral zone turnover. They've been so tidy. Sorry, coach, didn't mean to jinx you here in the second period. Leads to all this frenetic play in and around the crease. Great job there diving into the shallow end. Jimmy Howard head first, but even better than that, can't get my stick. But I'll make a real nifty pad save on a deflection, and there's the necessary penalty by Cronwall.
And a nifty penalty. It looked as though Jenner was jumping to get to it. Cronwall standing his ground. And that's what he was arguing. He said, I had two hands on my stick. Wow. So he gets the interference penalty. Late stages, period number 2. Big face-off here, won by Helm to Brendan Smith. Helm diving, good second effort on the play. Glendening tries to bust through. Wisniewski knocks him down.
Been better served to put that puck deep behind the net, especially given the game clock was about 12 seconds when you get pile driven by Wisniewski.
Long one on Bobrovsky as 2 periods are in the books. 1:36 on the carryover. On Cronwall's penalty, the Red Wings will have to kill to start period number 3. But a good 40 minutes out shooting the Jackets by 5 and working well in the power play. And all that coming up for MGM Grand Detroit. Second intermission report with Chris Osgood and John Keating in our studio.
40 minutes in the books. Red Wings lead the Blue Jackets on the road 2-0. This is score. At Brian Lashoff, first ever NHL game. Right here in Seabus. And he gets his first ever National Hockey League goal. Pretty good odds. And that always means you're going to have a good feeling. When that happens. Toyota Steelers bringing you the scouting report on Brian Lashoff, undrafted player. His first career goal was right here in Columbus, as you just saw. January 21st, 2013. Let's go places. Brian Lashoff, happy to be back in the lineup. Not surprising that they've had a hard time when trailing, given all their injuries. And they've hung around, but they've been blown out in third periods. The Red Wings would love to see that trend continue.
And in part because of all their injuries, Darren, they've been outscored 5-on-5 by 15 goals this season, including tonight. And the Red Wings in that regard are now +3. So a big difference there, too, at even strength that Columbus has had their difficulties. So third period is underway. Red Wings begin the third in a shorthanded situation with the carryover of Cronwall's penalty as Miller got it back to DeKeyser. Ryan Johansson over there to pick it up. 63 points a season ago and 33 goals for Ryan Johansson, the youngest 30-goal scorer in the NHL last season.
Not yet 22. Big enough numbers to hold out for money.
Yes, he did. Side of the net, back in front, kicked away. Howard down, and somehow he kept that one out too.
Wishbone formation by Jimmy Howard, post to post with the pads.
Johansson popped it up to Brendan Smith, as Wisniewski couldn't hold it in. Good presence, though, to keep control by the Columbus defenseman. Moving up his puck, stepped into Quincy with a puck. Worked its way over to Brendan Smith, and down the ice it goes with 25 seconds left in the penalty to Cronwall.
Very important part of this hockey game. Blue Jackets coming in, as you mentioned, getting 4th in the NHL in power play proficiency. Only 3 games all season long where they haven't scored at least 1 power play goal. So far, so good by the penalty killers of the Red Wings, who've been doing yeoman's work all season long.
Jack Johnson moving it. Cronwall standing in the penalty box, in which he escapes now. So the Red Wings have killed that one off. Savard. Intercepted at center. Nyquist in the left wing. Franzen going with him. Nyquist forced wide, dumped it deep. Atkinson for Jack Johnson. Back of the net, Quincy. For Zetterberg. Just too far for Franzen. Jordan Leopold. Back for Prout. Dalton Prout. Skate, failing to get through was Gibbons. Yurko for Detroit. Stick lifted, got into the Jacket zone, but not deep, and Columbus will get it out. Yurko coming back, and his man knocked it down as Cleary sends one ahead for Helm, pulls it back in and gains some space, and a shot just wide of the goal. Eriksson came over to cut it off. He was in a race there with Adam Cracknell. Came back to the line, and a good job by Cleary to step in front of Dalton Prout. And the Red Wings will regroup.
Really under control start getting to this third period by the Red Wings.
Knocked down and out of the air by Tatar. Brendan Smith. Lashoff gives back for Tatar. And a return feed. Tipped in by Abdelkader. Out to stop Bobrovsky. No room to move as Abdelkader was back. Brendan Smith on the left wing side with a rink-wide feed to Abdelkader. Up along with Tatar and Shan. And no rebound there as Bobrovsky will hold on for a face-off.
Good play. Justin Abdelkader part of the PK. Jimmy Howard was the main reason that penalty kill was successful. There's Abdelkader. He's been down on all fours at the top of both creases now. They're on both goals by the Red Wings, and Bentley there helping out Jimmy Howard, who was helping out his teammates. 21 for 21 thus far. A shotgun goal and save department for Jimmy Howard.
Zetterberg won that face-off. Nyquist took the shot, knocked out of the air, but without a high stick by Franzen. On to Zetterberg. Tried to center, taken to the boards, couldn't get anywhere as Johnson had him tied up. Quincy backhands it in. Johnson for Columbus. Holding the line was Quincy, forcing the turnover and puts it back deep. Lead pass for Foligno. Over here, Ryan Johansson. Johansson inside the Red Wing line for Johnson. Howard out calmly to stop that. As Glendening took Ryan Johansson to the boards. Good work by Foligno. Back here to Johnson. Johnson with a head fake, lost it. Point shot, blocked in front. Johnson rammed it into the corner. Kaiser took Jenner to the boards. Anderson giving it through to Glendening. Delayed penalty to Columbus, and a piece of that Bobrovsky. And the Blue Jackets are going to be shorthanded. Roughing.
We said it in stereo. We saw it once. Todd Richards won't like it. It's a frustration penalty by way behind the play. Kyle Quincy on the end boards. He punched him. Quincy, the busiest of all Detroit Red Wings for 40 minutes. Did his job. Todd Richards sees his young star player, Ryan Johansson, taking that discipline penalty. Can Mike Babcock's gang make them pay?
So the Red Wings bell tire power play goes to work, and a chance for a 3-0 lead and a second power play goal tonight. Yurko scores! He's got it! His first of the season! And it's 3-0, another power play goal!
That is well done. Red Wing fans in attendance happy. That's a learning moment for both young players. Yurko for staying patient with shooting. Ryan Johansson for not losing your cool and taking a bad penalty behind the play. All night long, a wing wheel at the top of the crease has led to pucks to the back of the net. Twice it was Abdelkader. In this case, it was Darren Helm. Yurko head up. What a shot. That's not great technique by Savard, the defenseman, either. Did not get in the shooting lane. Great position by Darren Helm, and 3-0 just like that.
There was, but Bobrovsky never saw it. So it means the Red Wings have 9 power play goals. They're past 6 games now. Looking for another here at even strength. Knocked away by Zetterberg. And into that puck was Nyquist, and he was stripped of it. So a 3-0 lead for the Red Wings. Wisniewski moved it. Deep into the Red Wing zone. Kaiser getting the assist on the Yurko goal. His first rest of the season. This is 15th game. Off the stick of Zetterberg to the corner. Losing his stick was Kronwall. He gets it back to the line though for Tim Erickson. Shot goes off a skate. You can hear mule. That was Abdelkader calling for it, and Franzen gave him the puck. Abdelkader circles in the Jacket zone, looks for help. There it is, into Tar. Nice move. Off to Smith, back in front. Scores! Riley Shan! Oh, is that smartly set up? And it's 4-0. And at the far boards after the goal, Abdelkader's into that with Hartnell, who's had a rough night tonight. Stoned a couple of times by Jimmy Howard. Frustration showing there, but either way, the Red Wings have themselves a 4-0 lead.
Little Red Wing razzle-dazzle. Abdelkader starts the play in the offensive third. Juke, tap, and then right in the front, Shan with the stick to the back of the net. Excellent puck movement. They've been attacking the net all night long.
And Hartnell will go to the box. Boy, Abdelkader really got run right after made that play. And Hartnell's in the box.
4 minutes.
So if you think Ryan Johansson was undisciplined at one end, which led to the 3-0 goal, Riley Shan now has goals in consecutive games. Had the only bright spot for the Red Wings against Montreal on Sunday, and he scores here. And a great setup from Brendan Smith.
Said Shan has been playing better. Yurko, nice to see him get on the board. Tatar, 5 goals in 9 games. So Mike Babcock challenged the young players to get more from them, got more from them, but it was all led, as we talked about in the open, by Nyquist, Franzen, and Zetterberg, setting the tone, leading the charge, and everybody is following the line.
Smith and Tatar getting the helpers on that last goal. Good save there, Bobrovsky. Abdelkader had made a great play to kick it off. And now Hartnell in the box. Tatar fan on that one. Outstretched stick there for DeKaiser. Back for Tatar. 4-minute power play here for Detroit. Save Bobrovsky. 3:10 left in it. Bell tire man advantage. Bobrovsky will hold on to that for a face-off. 2 goals in 1:12 seconds by Detroit. One on the power play and one at even strength.
Nice to see Yurko and Shan getting the score sheet. Not just for their own sake, mental well-being, but for the team's sake. Especially with Pavel health question. The team heads out on the road trip here.
Nyquist dropped one back to the line. Moved here to Franzen. Took a shot that was blocked, and away comes Gibbons. Brian Gibbons, the former Penguin. Carries in, lost it off his stick. Johnson kept it in, moves in deep with it. With Columbus shorthanded, trying desperately to get him on the board here. Out front with it, Howard got a piece of that. And off the outside of the right post.
Good read though by Jimmy Howard. Didn't hug the post, pushed off the post, cut down the angle. Anticipating that move by Johnson.
Laid back by Abdelkader as the Red Wings will circle back. Smith with him. Columbus, Savard. Andy DeKaiser. Red Wings 2 for 3 in the man advantage. One off the clock here in the first 4 minutes of the most recent one. Smith missed it. Hit it with his skate rather than his stick. Came loose into the middle, and Tatar is there to grab it for the Red Wings.
Even though they've been on the power play, this double minor taken by Hartnell, they've lost his sense of urgency here.
Delano trying to regain some of it, but couldn't get past DeKaiser.
I meant the Red Wings.
Yeah.
On that power play, they've just kind of been content to take time off the clock. The Blue Jackets are still playing.
Smith jawing there with Foligno wants to go, and they're going to go. Brendan Smith, Nick Foligno. Good right by Foligno.
He's a tough customer.
size.
Neither guy fights all that much, but who does anymore, to be honest with you, but it was, again, a very nonchalant shift by the Red Wings, even though they were on the power play. And it wasn't so much nonchalant by the Blue Jackets. Molina with a hit and a finish on the boards, and Brendan Smith didn't like it. And asked him, do you want to dance?
First fight of the season for the Red Wings, and then to Brendan Smith. Gets that. The Red Wings will still stay on the power play. 1:23 remaining in the second of the 4 minutes to Cardinals. So the first two off the board, meaning the Red Wings are 2 for 4 now on the power play, and now on their 5th with the second 2 minutes of the 4th.
Back in the day, a 4-0 score would have led to multiple fights the rest of the way. Richards hopes it wakes his guys up in a positive vein. I think Mike Babcock would like his guys to get back to that sharp play they exhibited for most of this hockey. He took a 2-minute nap there, which happens very often when you get the kind of lead. And Smith had ice on his hand.
High-fiving on the way out.
When you have a 4-0 lead, you got to pay attention to the details.
I mentioned the Red Wings now with 9 power play goals their past 6 games. For the 4th time in those 6, they've got 2.
Big boost. I know that's no revelation there, but Zetterberg, all the forwards, they really have paid a lot of attention in practice to working on the power. They know how important it is if you're going to sustain your offense. Big boost, man advantage.
Second effort on the draw by Nyquist. Kept control off the face-off, and a save by Bobrovsky. And Abdelkader right there, and he'll grab it with the trapper and hold on. Well, give thanks for Red Wings hockey on Wednesday, November 26th, when the Wings take on the Flyers. The first 5,000 fans will get a Thanksgiving-themed T-shirt. Go to DetroitRedWings.com now for tickets. Flyers running some injury woes themselves. Claude Giroux is going to miss the next couple of games for Philadelphia.
Struggling. Sim Giroux, he is a world-class player. Really makes them go offensively.
Nyquist with the head fake, didn't get anywhere with that. So Kronwall up the middle. Will he drop to Nyquist? Yes, he will. Into the zone for Abdelkader. Nyquist slipped it over here to Zetterberg. Back to the line. Kronwall moved it quickly. Gus Nyquist for Quincy. Zetterberg off the side of the net. Anisimov for Columbus. Send the Red Wings back with 10 seconds left from the Hartnell double minor.
That's not the first time we've seen the Red Wings just fling the puck at the net and try to have Bobrovsky generate a rebound, because he's been a little bit of a pitch back here tonight.
Just past the halfway point in the 3rd period. Ken Daniels, Darren Elliott with you here from Columbus. DeKaiser takes the shot, saved by Bobrovsky. Helm on the rebound, and Bobrovsky's got that. 4-0 Red Wings from Nationwide Arena in Columbus.
4-0 Red Wings lead. Sergei Bobrovsky down, thinking about what might have been. It's only his 2nd game back after missing extended period because of a broken finger. He's made saves, but he's made it difficult on him and his defense by spitting out rebounds with regularity. It actually led to the Gus Nyquist goal that made it 2-0 on the power play. Red Wings were on that early on, putting pucks at his feet. Bobrovsky making saves, yes, but putting the puck back in play.
Again, Tatar came in on that face-off from Shane as the Red Wings had control of it. Moving up was Quincy. Tatar back. Brashoff came back to help. And there's going to be a penalty. So the Red Wings will be shorthanded here in a 4-0 lead over Columbus.
Well, that's no fun, but here's today's fun fact, brought to you by South Lincoln. On this very date, 1926, Kenny, Detroit franchise first game ever, lost to Boston Bruins. Game was played in Windsor, Ontario, at the old Windsor Arena, where I actually played youth hockey. Not in that game, no. But in a game many years later, 1976, maybe 50 years later.
Well, some 30 years from now, we'll be having history about Joe Louis Arena in the new building.
Well, somebody will be having it 30 years later.
Might be you. Young at heart.
Young at heart, very, very much so.
So Jackman's working with the man advantage. Savard to Jack Johnson, top of the circle. Howard well out to stop it. Just get in that rhythm, don't you? In a lead like this, you just feel you can stop everything.
Well, and the other thing is, you don't want to take a penalty necessarily, but if you're playing defense anyway, you can ice the puck without any fear of retribution. Not a bad situation to be in.
And as a goalie, your confidence
Right.
rise.
You just get out on top of the crease, make your early read, take your best position.
Anisimov to Johnson. Johnson delays at the line. Wants to get open. Anderson took the lane away from him. Now in the slot, there's Howard again. They jam away at it. And he held his ground up against the post.
I was going to ask, what are you waiting for to blow the whistle? Seriously?
Didn't that seem like it was a terminal amount of time? Boone Jenner poking at the puck in the crease. Jimmy Howard saying, please blow the whistle. It was free. The referee's in good position, hang on the back of the net. So, there's Jimmy Howard. The puck on his left pad. Finally reached out with the glove hand and got the whistle.
8 minutes to go in the third period. 4-goal lead for Detroit and a big lead in shots. Tatar, Nyquist, Yurko, and Shane have scored for the Red Wings. The kids from a year ago who were still kids to some extent, but not quite the kids they were, have all contributed here tonight. Again, the Red Wings without Pavel Datsyuk, with groin injury. High stick, puck knocked down with, but the Red Wings on the verge of going to 5-1-2 without Pavel this season.
There's a hand pass. Erickson pleading his case. Miller pleaded the case. He passed it with the hand. He didn't want the whistle blown.
The Red Wings on the verge of going 6-1-2 when they get the first goal. So we talked about starts, and Detroit had a good start tonight.
They did.
Just keep their game together when they score first.
Pass was just behind Michael Chaput. Helm with a good move out of the box is Quincy. So the Red Wings back at full strength. Pull off another one here on the road. Columbus is 0 for 3 on their power play this evening. Nyquist ahead to Zetterberg, but taken away for David Savard. Jared Bull off the high glass deep into the Red Wings zone. Oh, move your Quincy. He got a piece of that hit. It jarred him. He's hurt.
Jared Bull came in
Just missed getting out of the way of it, and he went very gingerly over to the Red Wing bench. Goes through to Howard, makes the save.
When you put this line on the ice, though, that's what you have to be aware of.
Oh, and Anisimov didn't get a lot on that. It just floated wide of the open side. Nyquist. Knows the Red Wings are in the midst of a change.
There's Jared Bull on Kyle Quincy intent to do some kind of damage, any kind of damage, and lined up from the top of the face-off circle.
Howard able to move it. Now Lashoff. Forced by Gibbons. Tatar was back to help him. Kaiser threw one. Tatar able to catch up to the puck. Up with Shane and Yurko. Thomas Tatar cut in toward Bobrovsky, but ran out of real estate. Brought back here by Adam Cracknell on the wing. Cracknell takes a shot. Caught Howard up high. That stunned him.
It did. It seemed to surprise him.
Yurko. Couldn't get deep. Johnson. Giving it back. Wenberg moved it over. Shot from Cracknell deflected off his stick and went wide. Cracknell picked up off waivers from the Islanders at the start of this season. Anderson shoots it in where Glendening is heading. Glendening got there. High slot Miller. And isn't he desperate for a goal? The only one he scored this year was called back when it shouldn't have been. Miller another shot. Bobrovsky stopped that one. That was in Washington.
Boy, in this game, he's had at least 3 grade A scoring opportunities right in the slot in front of Bobrovsky.
Stopping it there is Howard. It was too far for Kronwall, and Wisniewski got it. And Yurko dumped his man. Daniel Clary's away. Clary trying to get in there after that puck he did, along with Helm, who got pushed to the end boards. Puck squirted free to the near side. Yurko tied up his man, Eriksson, getting in front of his check, Jenner. Helm will just dump one in, and Bobrovsky will deflect to the corner. Franzen picking it up. Kicked it, he went down, lost his balance. And slapped by Atkinson to center. Thrown right back in by the Red Wings. Franzen couldn't collect it on the far side as Jenner got to center, but no further. Zetterberg got in his path. Zetterberg brings it in on the right wing. Henrik Zetterberg looked for someone in front, goes off a leg to the near boards for Nyquist. In behind to Franzen. Savard got in front of him. To Anisimov. With a rink-wide pass to Boone Jenner from center. Anisimov went in after the puck. Henrik Zetterberg. Gets it in and goes after it. Red Wings are changing. And a bouncing puck as Lashoff will go back. For Eriksson. Riley Sheahan dropped it into the middle for Tatar. Didn't get a shot to the goal. Tried to make a pass. And the Red Wings will be down to 3 to play here.
Kyle Quincy back out there after that collision with Jared Bowles. That's a good sign.
Sure. Tatar back to Sheahan. With Abdelkader and just knocked away. Dumped into the corner. There's Bull and Quincy.
Yeah. That was Quincy playing Bull with the stick first.
Fed up the middle. By Kronwall didn't work. No harm done there as Abdelkader gets across center, and the Red Wings will get another change here. As Glendening is back out with Anderson and Miller. With 2 to play in the third period. And a 4-0 lead. Miller got to it. To Anderson. Just chipped it off the glass. Glendening couldn't pick it up. Too far for Atkinson. Atkinson carries in. And Glendening was stepped into by Wisniewski. Cam Atkinson. Back in come the Jackets. That shot deflected off a stick into the netting and out of play.
Let's take a look at our Red Wing player fact, brought to you by Motor City Casino. Henrik Zetterberg, 57 career games against the Blue Jackets. 17 goals, 32 assists with an assist tonight. 49 points in all. Henrik Zetterberg, like he does against most opponents, almost a point per game.
Solid effort by the captain leading the troops, and you knew they would respond after Sunday's flat effort that nobody could explain other than the fact it happens. Well, it happens to be a very, very resounding road effort here in Columbus tonight.
11 scoring points by the Red Wings tonight. Franzen and Zetterberg with just 2 of them, as Bobrovsky will hold on to it. But when you look at Brendan Smith with 2 assists tonight, Tatar with a goal and an assist tonight, Kaiser's got a helper, Jonathan Ericsson, and then the goal scorer. So well-rounded tonight without the big names in there. And again, the big names besides Zetterberg with Datsyuk not in the lineup this evening. So a nice effort by Detroit, especially after the lack thereof from a man and the coaching staff on down said on Sunday.
Like I said, individually, coach challenged some guys behind closed doors. They needed more.
Scores, and they get another one. And that will be a welcome relief for Darren Helm. He needed that, for sure. I know it's a 5-0 score, but just for confidence sake, Darren Helm gets one that you'll say Bobrovsky should have had.
He should have had it, but Bobrovsky's already in the locker room mentally. It's 4-0. He's just there. Nothing's happening. It's on the sideboards. Helm gets it, shoots it immediately, and Bobrovsky lets it go through. Don't forget he's coming back off an injury. Real good speed right there. Head up. Goes right through the goaltender.
And as you said, Kenny, it might be hockey's version of garbage time. There's no such thing when you need to hit the score sheet. And again, one of the guys that the coach challenged, need more from you. We got it from everybody tonight.
And as we mentioned earlier, Darren himself was saying he still feels a half step behind. He hasn't played a lot of hockey, so maybe this will help just confident shoot the puck, get something to go in.
Well, that's what the coach said, that he hasn't found his game yet. Helm, speaking of, and as you said, his self-recognition doesn't feel a jump. His game is all predicated on skating. He might make him a little quicker to the spot right there when the puck finds the back of the net.
And Yurko and Cleary getting the helpers on that one. So Yurko with a goal and assist tonight. And Cleary, who scored that goal against the Rangers, gets an assist this evening too as he returns to the lineup. Datsyuk being out, his 4th game for Cleary. So a solid effort, 40 shots on goal for the Red Wings tonight. 18:59 the time of that goal. As the Red Wings win it 5-0 in a career game, number 300 tonight. For Jimmy Howard, an exclamation point on it. His first shutout since, well, almost a year now, November 29th, against the Islanders, the 19th of his career. So a good one to come for Jimmy Howard this evening as the Red Wings win it by a final score of 5-0 and win for the first time in 5 tries in Columbus.